It has a long tail. You know, it started years ago when Ann Richards was governor of Texas, and Texas was blue. The Speaker of the House was Pete Laney, a cotton farmer from the Panhandle who was a Democrat. The head of the Senate was Bob Bullock, the lieutenant governor, also a Democrat. And that's the milieu in which I wrote a movie script about Texas politics, but it never got made. And so we had a reading of the script, and then the director came over to my house and said, "You should try this as a play." And then the next words out of his mouth were, "We've already rented the theater." The presumption in that was pretty impressive. I said, "Well, when are we putting it on?" 4 months. So I wrote it as a play, we cast it, rehearsed it, and then we had 2 productions. And this titanic figure of Broadway musicals, Margot Lyon, came down to see it. She had done Hairspray and Angels in America, and she said it should be a musical. And I thought, who am I to argue with Margot Lyon? So I started working with Marcia Ball, who's a treasured Texas musician, writing songs. And then Margot changed her mind, said it should be a television series. So I sold a pilot to HBO, and then they fired the executive and dumped all his projects. So no musical, no HBO series. And then during the pandemic, I asked my agent, this is the dearest project to me. What can I do with it? Podcast. So I wrote 8 episodes of a podcast, and we wrote with my son more than 50 songs. We had the best time. And so you may be familiar with the fact that I wasn't at the moment. Podcasts are supposed to be cheap. Just 2 people in front of a microphone, and we had a cast of like 15 and a full band, and it was like we built a ship in the basement, and now we can't get it up the steps. And then it finally occurred to me, I do write books. So it took a long way to get around to making it into a novel, but all those iterations deepened it in various ways. If you're writing it as a movie, you have to have big scenes, and as a play, the dialogue has to sparkle. And so I had done it so many different ways that when I sat down to write the novel, it came off pretty easily.